Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. I just want to quickly say I'm actually streaming right now, so you'll probably miss today's stream, which is not, it's okay, I forgive you. But if you ever want to see me stream in the future, don't forget, link in the description down below. It's always in the link in the description down below, so if you want to drop me a follow on Twitch, we stream some other games and we stream some Dokkan of course, then give your boy a follow. But on stream, I've literally just finishing EZAing the LR Trunks and Goten. And of course, we're about to do a showcase on them. We're going to run them on a 170 lead team first, because of course they do fall under that 200% lead category with the Dokkan Fest Majin Vegeta, with Majin Buu Saga and Gifted Warriors. So we're going to run them on a 170 lead team first. We've got Kid Buu for that great 50% attack support. We've also bringing this Goku, who I know doesn't fall under the leader skill, but he's literally here to get their last two links off, which is Legendary Power and Z Fighters, which are attack links. If they key links, I wouldn't have bothered. Also, by the way, I've recently just got him to level 10 links, so a video will be coming soon. And then we'll follow up with what I like to call a part 2, and we'll take them under the 200% category lead team and see how they fare up and how they compare there, which I'm not gonna lie, they are not the most extravagant EZA looking at their details, looking at their kit right now on the wiki, but they should be putting out some very good numbers and make themselves very viable in Dokkan's current climate. So let me think of them down in the comments. We're gonna hop into the Goku event and see what they can do. But before we do that, if you could drop me a like, subscribe if you are new, that would be very much appreciated. And let's go and see what these two can do. Okay, so here we are guys, we do have them on rotation right now with both Goku and Vegeta. So I mean, we've got two links active. It's not going to be doing the most for them. Shocking Speed's a key link. Legendary Power means we're getting what, attack plus 10-15% on super, 10% on super. So they're not going to be doing the most right now, but as I said, considering the way they are built, which means they're not getting anything at the start of turn, by the way. So their start of turn link skills right now, literally with barely any links active, but their start of turn numbers, should I say, are not going to be look impressive whatsoever. I mean, you can literally see it right there. 102k attack stat and 68k defense. That is because they get nothing at the start of turn, purely what their link skills are giving them, unless of course it's on super, which ours is right now with Legendary Power. But they do get attack and defense plus 150% when performing a super attack, which means on super attack is multiplicative. It means their numbers will take a bit of a step up. So in terms of their damage, they should be putting out some very good numbers. Their defense should be in an okay spot. It's not going to be the greatest, but it's going to be in a solid spot for them. But they should be putting out some good numbers either way. What I like about them, especially with the way their 12 key is built, with that 50% chance of either transformation, to be fair, it happens on both 12 and 18 key. They do get key plus 5 at the start of turn to randomly to 10. So they get key plus 5 to 10 randomly at the start of turn, but they at least at all times in their passive get key plus 5 at the start of turn, at least up to 10. So avoiding that 12 key, which we'll get into in a minute, is actually somewhat helpful, and not to mention also it helps you constantly get out those big numbers. So we can easily get out an 18 key, which is great with them. Obviously they are not a slot 1 unit. They cannot go anywhere near slot 1, of course, because they literally get nothing at the start of turn, which means they are going to be taking quite a bit of damage until you super attack. They are dependent on getting that super attack off to get the attack and defense plus 150. Just remember that. You never want them taking a hit prior to being supered, because they have nothing at the start of turn. But 4.3 mil. That is literally with one attack link active. We've got the SSJ3 transformation as well, which means we're raising our attack and defense by 50% for a turn as well, which is also very nice. But in terms of their whole kit and what they do, they are a super AGL type lead, giving key plus 4 HP and attack and defense plus 120, which are stuff like, you know, Clash, pretty much just Clash, is quite helpful. They're also extreme AGL types lead, giving key plus 3 HP and attack and defense plus 90%. Also on 12 key, and this is where the transformations start coming in, because of course they do transform on 12 key and 18 key through each of the Gotenks transformations, and they have a 50% chance on 12 and 18 key to get either or transformations. So on 12 key they have a 50% chance to transform into fat Gotenks and a 50% chance to transform into skinny Gotenks, and when they transform into fat Gotenks on their 12 key, they do raise defense by 50% for one turn and causes colossal damage to enemy, which isn't too bad. You know, you're not going to be doing the most damage, but the 30% defense for the turn is quite nice. If you get the 50% chance to transform into Skinny Gotenks, however, you will lower your own defense by 30% for 1 turn and cause colossal damage to enemy. So you'll still be dealing around about the same amount in numbers, but you will lower your own defense by 30%, which of course is not something you really want, but it's a 50% chance for either transformation, which means it's literally a coin flip. So whether you like it or not, that transformation may happen. So right now as well, we do still have the same rotation set up. We also have Kid Buu on rotation, which means we're getting that extra attack plus 50%. So this is literally with 1 attack link active and 50% support from Kid Buu on 133k attack stat, that 89k defense. Actually, no, it's attack and defense, isn't it? It's not just attack. Yeah, attack and defense plus 50%. So we're getting a huge boost at the start of turn. It's still not great. But again, as I said, when they super and get an attack and defense plus 150 on super, that's when their numbers shoot up. So, do you know what? Right now, because I know they can't take damage, I'm going to put them in slot 1 to make sure we see what they're putting out in numbers. We've got that Yama active. What's our attack stat saying now? We've got a 239k attack stat, but again, that is literally with 1 link active that is going to be get 1 attack link active that will give us attack plus 10% on super. So it's not looking too bad right now. But science tells me their numbers are going to go up quite a bit right now. 5.3 mil is pretty good. It is pretty good. As I said, they're not the most extravagant EZA, but they definitely do the job. They are still pretty good. They're just not anything ridiculous. They're not anything ridiculous, but they do put out some very impressive numbers. But yeah, back to the 12 key. As I said, you don't really you really don't want that Skinny Gotenks transformation. It's just a detriment. It's a shame that it's there, but I kind of get it. You know, Fat Gotenks and Skinny Gotenks were the mess up of the transformations or the fusions when they were trying to fuse. And then Skinny Gotenks is obviously skinny, you know, that you're going to lose defense, whereas, you know, Fat Gotenks has got some pounds on him, which means, according to Dokkan, that gives you an extra 30% defense. So, you know, I kind of get it, you know, but obviously when you're in a harder event, when you're in SBR, ESBR, or like GT Goku event or Vegeta event, you don't want that transformation coming off, of course, that 50% for Skinny Gotenks. But on 18 key, where you have the 50% chance to transform into SSJ 1 Gotenks or SSJ 3 Gotenks, when you transform into SSJ 1 Gotenks, you'll cause mega colossal damage to your enemy and raise your defense by 30% for 1 turn, which is very nice, especially if you need it in a harder event. But when you transform into SSJ 3 Gotenks, which is the best one you want to be transforming into, which makes sense, you cause mega colossal damage to your enemy and greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn, which is raising your attack and defense by 50%. So that's the one you want, and for the fact that they have at least key plus 5 at the start of turn in their passive, means getting their 18 key off shouldn't be difficult at all, so you can constantly get, you know, the most damage dealt possible, and also so you can avoid that Skinny Gotenks transformation. Unless, of course, you throw them on a team where they have no links active whatsoever, you still probably have a good chance of getting your 18 key off though. Especially if you start getting them higher rolls for like key plus 7, 8, 9, and obviously 10. But now we actually have them, you know, somewhat decently linked up. We got them linked with, of course, the Super Saiyan Goten and Trunks. They got the Innocence active, Button Warrior, Prodigy, Shocking Speed, Legendary Power, which means the Innocence is giving us attack plus 10%, Prodigies is also attack plus 10%, Shocking Speed's a key link, Button Warrior is giving us another attack plus 10%, Chat the Limit, of course, is a key link, and Legendary Power is attack plus 10% on Super Attack. Actually, no, we don't have Chatting the Limit. We don't have that one. So we got 132k attack stat at the start of turn, 68k defense. Again, it's not going to be overly impressive because there's nothing at the start of turn. Do I need to use an... Do you know what? Just in case, I'm going to use an Usher because that Goten and Trunks is literally just here for links. It's the only reason why they're here. So we'll give you them. They're also SA1, so they actually shouldn't be doing a lot of damage. We're going to give them all of these. We're almost up to 24 key. 259k attack stat, 68k defense. The attack stat is looking pretty decent. And of course, the numbers are going to jump up. They're going to be putting out some very good numbers on super attack right now, especially now they have the majority of their links active. 5.4 mil. It's pretty good. It is pretty good. And that is without support. That is without support. Big 4 milli crit as well. Big 4 milli crit. I forgot to mention as well, you probably would have noticed at the start of the video in the intro, mine is rainbowed. So, you know, your numbers, if, you know, you don't have dupes, you don't have many dupes, might be just a little bit lower. You know, the numbers they put out, are still pretty decent. They're pretty solid. As I said, they're not the most exciting, they're not the most extravagant EZA, but they are a pretty decent, pretty solid EZA, and they put out some pretty good numbers. That said, you want to keep them well away from slot 1. You really do, because I said nothing at the start of turn, which means they're going to have no defense like we've seen. Means they're going to get absolutely clattered with damage if you're not careful. But in terms of getting the rest of their passive, as I said already, they do get key +5 to 10 randomly at the start of turn, which definitely does help constantly getting your 18 key off. So getting their 18 key off is very easy, very consistent, which is very nice, even if you don't get the high roll. Attack and defense +150 when forming a super attack, we've already gone through that. They also get an additional attack +50% if it is an ultra super attack, which means the most ideal rotation for you would be get your 18 key off, which again isn't hard, it's very easy and consistent to do. You get the SSJ3 Gotenks transformation off, you get the raised attack and defense by 50% for 1 turn, and of course, because it's an ultra super attack, you'll be getting attack +50% because it's an ultra super attack on top of the 150 you get and raising your attack and defense on the 18 key SSJ3 Gotenks transformation. So now we have literally every single link active. I am going to Usher because I want them in the middle to be linked up with everyone. 191k attack stat, 90k defense. We're going to be we should be getting the 24 key, which is again why I love the fact that they have key +5 at least at the start of turn 210. We're up to 383k attack stat, which is very nice. Only 90k defense. But of course, once we get that 150 on super attack, on attack and defense, their defense will jump up to a pretty solid spot. It's not going to be the most defense, it's not going to be the highest, but it will make them, you know, viable. It's going to be solid. 8.5 mil. What did I tell you? They'll be putting out some good numbers. Some very good numbers. They'll be dealing quite a bit of damage. No additional. And that's also without a crit. 8.5 million attack stat. All links active. Oh. As I said, you can consistently get their 18 key off as well. And also probably get near 24 keys. Because, of course, you've got that key +5 to 10. As I said, their numbers are pretty impressive. Their defense isn't the best, but it's not bad. You will probably have to use items here and there on harder events, definitely. But the amount of damage they're putting out, it's pretty good. It's definitely pretty good. They're putting out some very good numbers, you know, offensively. But to end off their passive, they also do have a medium chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack. So yeah, they don't do the most, but as I said, they are a pretty decent EZA, even though they're not the most flashiest. They put out some good numbers. Their defense is okay, but they're offensively they are very, very good, especially considering you can get their 18 key off very easily and consistently because of the key in their passive. And having a medium chance to dodge obviously can be useful. You know, no one's gonna turn their nose up at, you know, having a medium chance to dodge, because dodge means you're not taking damage. But don't remember, is only a 30% chance. You know, other than that, their link set is okay with Z Fighters, Innocence, Prodigy, Shocking Speed, Body Warrior, Strength Limit, Legendary Power. Their best linking partners are always going to be other versions of Goten and Trunkses and separate Goten and Trunks units. They also do go on a lot of categories, which I actually didn't realize. You know, Fusion, World Tournament, Hybrid Saiyans, Majin Buu Saga, Joined Forces, Youth, Special Pose, Rapid Growth, Gifted Warriors, Heavily Events, Time Limit, Bond of Friendship, Entrusted Rule, Beyond the Super Saiyan, Fuse Fighters. There's a lot of great categories in there. And again, as long as you can link them pretty much to themselves, they're going to be doing quite well. Not only that, as well, as we already went through at the start of turn, they also do fall under the 200% lead that we currently have on Global of Majin Buu Saga and Gifted Warriors. So that 8.5 mil, that's gonna go up even more, which is obviously looking very impressive, and I'm looking forward to. But the final rotation, excuse me, I went to speak and I choked on words. What's that about? Yeah, final rotation. Of course, we're not gonna have all links active. We are missing Z Fighters, legendary power being attack links, but we've got majority of their links active right now. They've also got that attack and defense plus 50% from Kid Buu. On 183k attack stat, 103k defense. I am going to use a Yema. I'm going to put them in slot 1. They're going to get 8 key, which means they're taken up to a 24 key. They're up to a 366,000 attack stat, 103k defense. What numbers are we saying for the last rotation with that extra attack and defense plus 50%? They actually got the evade off as well. 8.1 mil. it's still pretty good. And we also got the SSJ3 Goten transformation as well, which means we raised our attack and defense by 50%. It's still very good. Of course, we do lose both the attack linking Z fighters and legendary power, but it's still good. Over 8 mil with all links active, and over 8 mil with support as well, with the majority of their links active. I'm choking again. Jesus Christ. Maybe I'm getting punched in the throat or something. Their damage output is very, very impressive. It's very, very good. And on top of the fact they can evade, it makes them a pretty decent EZA. And their defense is quite okay too. But yeah, they are pretty good. They put out some very, very impressive numbers. I can't lie. They are pretty good. And the fact they go on a 200% lead means that 8.5 mil is probably going to turn into like 9.5 probably. So I can't wait to try that, which is we're going to be uploading just after this video. But do let me know what you think from down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys. And peace.